Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com, specializing in sales, service, and custom designs for residential and commercial outdoor patio heating. Please consider hitting that like button if you find this information helpful. It helps others find our channel. Thank you. All right, so here we have a customer's, actually this customer sent me a full design file, so I'm using their file here. Thank you very much. It really makes my job a little bit easier. And I do apologize for the delay. We had a little issue here where we had some hardware upgrades, and so I'm hopefully back on track, and we'll get this. There's others out there that are waiting for their drawings, and I'm going to hopefully get this out to you guys very, very soon. So, all right, let's go ahead and look at what we have here. So we have a couple of seating areas here. I believe this is going to be some sort of like a cook prep, maybe a barbecue area, something of that nature. And then we have another seating area here with a different height above. All right, we also have some fans and we have some doors. Now these doors, I'm not sure about whether they swing out. I have that kind of depicted right here with this little arc, and I also have that arc up here, so we'll talk about that in a minute. The fans, now this plan is only going to work if these doors go inwards and if these fan blades are steel. If these are wooden fan blades, then we cannot use this particular plan. We're going to have to move these heaters out and also probably remove this heater entirely, or maybe place it up here if we can. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, and let's go ahead and look at the dimensions of this overall structure. So here you can see overall we have 34 feet 8 inches by 12 feet 4 inches, and then this space here we'll just call it maybe 15 feet roughly to the back edge of this chair here. And we have a height of the ceiling in here. That ceiling height I have at 10.5, and then the rooftop would be it's 11.3 there, which gives us about 9 inch and a quarter distance between the two. And that's very important because if we are going to flush mount a heater in here, we need a minimum of 8 inches above the ceiling line. So keep that in mind. Over here you can see that we have a finished height of the structure ceiling at 9 feet 5 3/4, and then we have the bottom edge of these I'll call them not rafters, these are trusses I believe. So that bottom edge of this truss right here is at about 8 foot 11 3/4, and the most important aspect on this side is going to be this distance between these trusses here at 1 feet 4 inches. If this is not a true measurement, then this also will not work. We'll have to come up with something different. So let's go back over here. I think that's all the dimensions we need at this point here. I'm just going to briefly mention that the customer had these laid out. I had them I actually installed a different unit than what he had modeled, but it's the same dimensions, and he did a great job on that. But I have them at 9 feet 11 sixteenths, 9 feet 11 sixteenths, center to center. I've also included the flush mount kit in here, and there's also a 1 hour rated fire drywall, which is a 5/8 drywall that's wrapped around the whole entire internal portion of the ceiling area. So you have your heater, your flush mount kit, and then your 1 hour fire rated drywall insert inside there. All right, I think that is about it for right now. All right, so let me just go ahead and turn that off. And as you can see here, again, we have the 3 6,000 watt units. These are 6,000 watt 240 at 25 amps each. You can either control this off of a duplex switch, so you switch one bulb on, one bulb off, or both bulbs on, or both bulbs off, and that's true with all three. Or you can use a whole control system, which would be controlling this. You can call this zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, or you can call this all zone 1. It just depends on how you see fit that this application is going to be utilized. Maybe this would be zone 1 and this would be zone 2. And then the other side over here would be zone 3. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the clearance issue. The main clearance issue that I see on this side right now is the fact that, again, these fan blades, if they are not steel, then they will be inside of the clearance to combustibles, which is this yellow depicted globe here. So this is 18 inches from the edge of the heater out to the out to this point here, 18 inches, and then 36 inches all the way down and around. It's true also on the left and right side, or front and back, however you want to consider that. Excuse me. And you can see from this edge here, the heater, 18 inches out, and then from this edge of the heater here, 18 inches out to this side. And that's where this doorway comes into play. If this doorway is swings out, then you can see that it swings right into that clearance zone, and this heater would not be allowed to be installed in that fashion. So what could you do? You could move the heater to the outer edge further so that you meet that 18 inches of clearance from this point here to the see if I can get a better angle here. This point here, let's see if I can go ahead and just move that a little bit so you can get a demonstration here. So if we move the heater up to a certain distance, I got it at 1'3" right now. Let's look over here. We still have the clearance over here that we're going to meet, and that's not a problem as well. So that's not centered in the patio, but it does meet the clearance to combustibles with regards to that door if it swung out, and it would be true as long as this is centered in the room. This door here, if it swung out, it would also meet that clearance. So that would be one way. You can move all three of those heaters. You can move the one, or you can even put like a shorter unit in the middle and you know, possibly meet up to this edge here. There's a 39-inch long unit, and there's also this unit here, which is 61 1/4, or excuse me, a 61 1/8, but that's something else that you can do. So that would be that. Now, again, these blades have to be steel blades in order to meet the clearance to combustibles, or it has to be a smaller fan in order to do that. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Let me just turn off the clearance below for a moment and look at this ray. So the footprint of heat, you can see, heats up this patio fairly well. Almost perfect, except for the fact that it's centered off of this beam here in the wall, and being centered that direction, then we're not actually in the center of the floor itself. So if you wanted it to heat up more of this edge, you'd have to center it off the floor. But I think visually this would be better on days where maybe you and your guest are out here and this side might be a little bit cool for one person, or such. Move the table in a little bit and that would work out fine. All right. Otherwise, you could, like I said before, move all three heaters out to this side here. All right, let's go ahead and look at this area on this side. And you can see the floor plan. You got a nice overlapping in the center. You got good coverage over here. These heaters here are 4,000 watt single elements. So the only way to control a system like this would be with a control system where you can dim them, or you can have simple on off. You can have individual on off so that you have one on, one off. But the amount of control that you require would be based on whether you get a control system or not. All right. So going back to that clearance issue, I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the clearance above. I'm going to turn off the ray for a moment, and you can see here that the clearance of above the heaters on a surface mount is 6 inches from the top edge of this heater all the way up to the ceiling. And sorry about that. Sometimes when I get into this yellow highlighted area, my computer kind of stalls there, but you can see here though that we are meeting that 6 inches on top, and we are meeting the 6 inches all the way to the edge. Same with this side here. If I don't get that again, there we go. So here's your 6 inches over here. And what I've done is I've essentially just taken the OEM bracket, which is maintains a 6 inch clearance, and I've dropped that bracket down 2 inches. that 2 inches, they do have a modified bracket that you can buy separately. So this customer would need to buy 2 sets of those modified brackets that would extend this length here 2 more inches, and that would give you a perfect clearance fit within this parameter. And again, that parameter being these dimensions of basically 16 inches. So again, if it's not 16 inches, this will not work. You'd have to drop it down further or come up with another resolution, maybe installing them on the bottom edge of here and going with a different mount type, like maybe a slimline or something of that nature. But as you can see here, our finished height of the heater, if mounted in this fashion, would be 8'6", and our centers would be 6 feet apart, which would be pretty good. And I say pretty good, meaning that again, that overlapping ray would be really nice in here. If you're sitting on these outer chairs, you'd feel it real well. This would be the coolest spot, if any, and it wouldn't be bad, it just would be the coolest spot, let's say. But as you can see here, this chair is kind of pushed outside of the patio, and so maybe moving these chairs would be better suited for this application, and everyone would be warm. So it really depends on what type of seating you actually have here. So, all right. Also, looking at the clearance below, just so we get a quick view of that with the heaters installed in this fashion, you can see that our clearance below on this side has no issue whatsoever, and our clearance right here, I have this heater at 18 inches away from this beam here, so that's not a clearance issue as well. So in fact, these heaters are not perfectly centered within this space. It's just 18 inches here, and we don't have a clearance issue over here, so with this type of construction. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review what you got, please send your request to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve Walton. Thank you very much. And again, thumbs up really helps us. We appreciate it. Thank you and have a great day.